I suppose Ochiti wants to know how you do it differently, just in case you have found a problem here, so that he can be confident that...
Yes.
I am trying to say that education policies and acts in Uganda are always made by politicians, some of which seems to be very inexperienced in the field of education. And this has promoted persistent colonial errors in education. How possible can you now, the incoming members of parliament, effectively harmonize and compromise the political individual interests?
You have made the point. You have made your point. Go for it, Waka. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. In Acholi, when a man commits suicide on a tree, that tree is removed root and branch and burnt, and even the corpse can't. So the problem here is systems are not working. The system we have is not working. The executive, actually power is over-concentrated in the hands of the executive. That's why we have all this problem of State House scholarship. So Democratic Party will see that systems work. And of course, we shall decentralize the State House scholarship to district level so that all citizens benefit. It is good, but the unfortunate thing is that a few people, you know, the problem in Uganda is corruption. We have lost the moral sense of shame. People dress up smartly to go to office to steal, not to work for the citizens of this country.
Okay, before I come back to you, to the audience, let us hear what Richard Todong has to say.
Thank you.
Richard.
I think I'll have to repeat myself that we are losing out very useful information from these brilliant questions we're getting from the audience. If the question is about educational policies being made by inexperienced politicians, I expected my colleague, Honorable Dongato, who is in Parliament, to give the audience how they make policies in Parliament, because these policies are from Parliament. Is it they would draft the policies and debate and pass them, or they come from technical people in ministries? These are things that he should have told us. But he's jumping to scholarship. My colleague, Lutugomoy, is jumping to corruption. Someone is jumping to State House. Now, honestly, I think we might lose the benefit of this debate. But nevertheless, that aside, I think politicians, that parliament comprises of so many honorables who come from different disciplines. Others are doctors, others are educationalists, others are social workers. Definitely, I expect them to have quality debate about educational policies or health policies or any other policy that is brought before them. Now, that, of course, I'm sure you know about the scorecard of Parliament. That can tell you whether the Parliament was doing as good or not. Now, the second thing, they ask about the State House scholarship. Yes, State House scholarship is not a policy. It was a presidential initiative that out of his budget, he thought it wise to start educating children who cannot afford to pay university tuitions. And honestly, Honorable Odongoto knows that in Acholi sub-region, all these MPs were given 4 slots to select children of the poor from their constituencies for State House scholarship. I don't know how many he picked. Now, if he didn't see the names of those he picked on the list, then whom did he select?
Okay.
They ask about selections. Definitely, selections comes from the universities. Some of these children come from universities with letters from the universities. Then they are forwarded to State House Welfare Office. I request that from this debate, any of you who is interested, please go to Gulu University, go to Makere University, go to Mbarara, go to any public university, and they will give you the list of students. I'm honestly and genuinely and proudly telling you that Gulu University is educating more than 100 children from this region on a State House scholarship. Others are from Lango, others are from West Nile, others are from
We're going to
Acholi.
give Honorable Dongoto to respond, but first, Dan Odia.
Yeah, thank you very much. UPC will try and make sure that members of parliament consult with the people. Consult widely in order to get the views of Ugandan in order to come out with a policy governing education. The second thing is, are members of parliament free to make this policy liberally, with a liberal-minded? Or they are taken to State House under NRM caucus and they are told to come and agree on what they should agree. This is the problem.